If the open world doing world content, there's a way higher chance that you'll bug out, you will lag out, you will crash, and then guess what? You're back in the queue for 2 hours. So doing dungeons will be a far safer way of basically playing the game without having to deal with the queue boss. I want Slowly here, and this video I want to bring you a quick guide on the best way to level in the open beta of Diablo 4. So I've done a ton of leveling, and I want to show you a quick way you can get to 25 with no issues. Basically, the best way is dungeons. The storyline, the quests themselves are not very good, and there's just a ton of running and a lot of downtime between dialogue. So if you're interested in just getting to 25 the fastest, or if you want to avoid all the spoilers of the quest lines and whatnot, this will be the best way for you to do this leveling. So the first 4 or 5 levels are quite easy. You can actually just follow the campaign here. Killing this boss here is one of the last things you do actually. It'll basically do the quest to activate the main town. After you killed this guy, it will send you to the main hub. But after unlocking the main hub, we actually don't want to do any more of the quest line. There is just a ton of running and a ton of downtime between the dialogue that they have. So at this point, we're going to start doing dungeons. And there's one specific dungeon that is far better than the others. It is over here and it's called Dead Man's Dredge. This dungeon provides the ultimate of everything. It has by far the best layout, the best density, and the easiest boss to kill. So if you wanted to, you could just farm this dungeon over and over again, and I have done that plenty of times. But of course, all dungeons will also be quite good. And of course, the main way to do it is by coming over here. The dungeon is down here in the bottom right corner. So if you follow along with my cursor here, you'll find that you start down here. You'll then be sent up to the main hub. So after you're in the main hub and you unlock Curious Yet, don't do the quest line. It'll send you up here to start with and like all over the place. Don't do that. After the Curious Yet, just run down, pick up this waypoint here, and just run into this dungeon. You can just do this dungeon on repeat over and over again if you wanted to. Also, a really good thing about doing dungeons is that they are its own instance. If the open world doing world content, there's a way higher chance that you'll bug out, you will lag out, you will crash, and then guess what? You're back in the queue for 2 hours. So doing dungeons will be a far safer way of basically playing the game without having to deal with the queue boss. Basically just run around to a dungeon. It's a very simple dungeon. You kill a few dudes, you unlock the boss. And the good thing is the main boss also spawns on you, which means there's basically no downtime and no backtracking, which there can be in a lot of the other ones. And after completing the dungeon, simply use your action wheel to actually just leave the dungeon straight away. You don't have to run to the exit, just use the action wheel, press leave dungeon, then reset it and go again. So basically after doing dungeon, you can then either, of course, reset it, or you can then teleport. I would also highly recommend don't teleport to the main town, like don't press T, travel to a specific waypoint that is not the main city, as there are far more people there and way higher chance of crashing and lagging out. So travel to a waypoint outside of the main city and then do the selling or salvaging there. Avoid the main hub as much as possible, as this is where you will crash and lag out the most. And then of course after selling, you can simply just go back in your portal and then teleport it back to the dungeon. After that, simply open up your quest log like this, press reset dungeon, accept, and just go in again. You can just keep repeating this, and this will be by far the best way to farm levels, as there is just a ton of density and monsters in here, and you can avoid the open world and its laggy mess, because there'll be a lot of players on launch, I can tell you that. Make sure you join the live stream where I stream Diablo 3 and Diablo 4 every single day. If you found the video useful, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, homies.